Yo, what up, Raptors fans? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Coming at you with another one. Just gonna recap the game of the Brooklyn Nets and the Raptors. It was an ugly ass game, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't like watching this game. There was moments where I was like, I couldn't even watch it. Um, the Brooklyn Nets, they don't play defense. Like they are horrible defensively, and they're the same. They're kind of in the same boat as us, as they don't have a center. We don't have a center, like a proper 7 footer. They don't have a proper 7 footer, and we're way better at points in the paint than them, and they're better at shooting. That's just one thing that's what it is. So I feel like we went into the game with the wrong game plan. Let's just start off with this. Our defense was looking horrible. We are not together defensively. Maybe that's a team thing on court. Maybe that's a coaching thing. But first of all, you cannot zone the Brooklyn Nets. You can't zone the. First of all, a zone is made to base it off of. Okay, let's seal away the paint. Let's take away the paint. One thing the Brooklyn Nets are good at is scoring on the perimeter, on the outside of the court. So that's what you gotta adjust to that. You gotta be like, okay, let's play man. Because everybody on the Raptors can guard everybody on the Brooklyn Nets. Besides James Harden and KD, nobody's really gonna stop them. You're not gonna stop them from getting the foul calls. You're not gonna stop them from doing a lot of things they can. But we did stop James Harden from shooting all his threes. Which, okay, you seal him off a little bit. He still scores 28. But you can't play off of them on that. You cannot leave them even an inch of space. Like, even when you make that initial pass, when there's one possession where James Harden is just dribbling, creates a little bit of space, but then he decides to pass it off to Kevin Durant. OG Anunoby is ball watching. Kevin Durant gets the ball. OG Anunoby puts up a good contest. He runs over there. Kevin Durant still makes it. You can't even give him an inch of space. Like that's how crazy Kevin Durant is. Like you can't even give him that. You can't. He's gonna make that. He's gonna make that 9 times out of 10. He's gonna make that. Like that's one shot where you don't ball watch and see what James Harden. What are you gonna do when James Harden drives? Our team is built to guard players. Why are we helping in the paint? We don't need to do that. We can't overcompensate on this Brooklyn Nets team. I think at halftime we were 36 points in the paint and they were 17 points in the paint. But it was the same score because they're hitting more threes than us. We couldn't shoot this game. That's one thing. We struggle to keep up offensively. That's when you go man, and then that's when you figure out something offensively to kind of get it done, kind of get a better look, kind of get a better shots. I thought this was the game that Scotty Barnes was going to score like 25, at least 20 points because this Brooklyn team, like literally, like they cannot stop him. If I was the coach, I would have had the ball more in Scotty Barnes' hands because Scotty Barnes, like what people are starting to realize, but he flows with the game. Like if you look at all of his possessions with the ball, like he's making a good play every single time he has the ball. I mean, Fred VanVleet, he has his moments. He has his moments, but you gotta let Scotty Barnes do the work sometimes. Like that's what he's there for. He's got to get more touches. Like these wins are so crucial. They're so crucial because it decides who's gonna be an all-star. Is OG Anunoby gonna be an all-star? Is Fred VanVleet gonna be an all-star? Is Pascal Siakam gonna be an all-star? And is Scotty Barnes gonna make an defensive team and win Rookie of the Year? If we win a lot, Scotty Barnes has a chance to win Rookie of the Year. And you know what that's gonna do for like the Raptors? That's gonna open up so many doors. Like you're gonna have more free agents, more people want to play there, more media hype. Like we need these wins. We cannot afford to lose to the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers, that game was garbage, but these are games you gotta close. You gotta close. Like I know Siakam's not there, and I know Siakam played in and out this game, kind of messing up it does mess up the chemistry a little bit when he just suddenly comes back and you have restricted minutes. But Pascal Siakam, man, he's the same guy. I hope he can figure out a lot of things. Like he does attract, like he does foul way too much, and like that's something that it messes the team chemistry up at the end of the day. But it happens. We play physical. That's what happens when you play physical. But I mean, they outscore us by 13. Um, a lot of the times this game was back and forth, but Kevin Durant, he's just their saving grace every game. Like as long as you have Kevin Durant and James Harden, they'll be good. But the rest of the team is ass. Don't get me twisted. Bembry, like why is he even scoring? Um, we can't have that. Like we can't have players shooting from the corner. That's the highest percentage look in basketball. Like that's something we cannot have. Like I'm pissed. Like why are the shooters open on the 3 point line? It's just garbage. Like you can't do that. There should be adjustments being made by Nick Nurse, being okay. We're gonna play man, and when you play man, you can get steals too. You can get a lot of steals. Like you just gotta put pressure on the ball. Keep putting pressure on the ball. Make it hard for them. Play them tight. Play everybody tight. You really don't gotta worry about the other players on this team. Like they're gonna get open. They're gonna hit shots, but you gotta play them tight. Nevertheless, we can switch everybody on that team. We can switch everybody on that team. We just got to keep one Scotty Barnes or OG Anunoby on Kevin Durant. That's all. That's it. You know, it's tough. It's tough. Kevin Durant had a good game. He's always going to be efficient. He's always going to play that game. Let's see. Fred VanVleet just didn't make those winning plays today. It is what it is. He's gonna have to realize that when we lose, it's on him. Like really, like he's gonna have to figure out how to lead this roster. Gary Trent, 14 points, a lot of missed shots. He missed a lot of We all missed a lot of good shots, but um, that's gonna happen. I feel like we're just cold today. Like most of the shots were good looks. Precious Achua played pretty good off the bench. 13 and 8, not bad. He missed a couple easy things, but that's gonna happen. Svi Mihailuk, only 5 points. I kind of want him to shoot a little bit more threes because he can. He looks to drive a lot, but I think we need to run plays for him. Just get him open. Delano Banton, he played pretty solid. 5 points here, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and he only played 12 minutes. He did that in 12 minutes. Like you got to realize in basketball, like if you only play 12 minutes, that's not a lot of time to like show things off. Like you got to be pretty special to have that stat line in like 12 minutes. That's like he had 3 minutes per quarter almost, which is not a lot. Chris Boucher, 8 minutes, 6 points, not bad. OG Anunoby, 16 points. This is one of the games where you kind of wish for him to pop off, but just things weren't going his way. Scotty Barnes, like only 8 points. That's just he needs to get that up. He didn't take a lot of shots, but he made most of the shots he took, which is good. But you kind of you still want the ball in his hands. Like you still need him to score a lot of the times. Siakam he had a decent debut. He's just happy to be back. Um, yeah, not a lot to say. I'm pretty kind of disgusted that we lost, but it's just one of those games where it's like whatever. You still got to keep it moving. What I just don't want is the Raptors to start declining. I know we're a resilient team, but we kind of got to keep that pace up. We got to start out a little bit of a hot start. We got to keep building off that. We desperately got to keep building off that, and most of it is just game plan and execution. We got to be consistent. We got to score more each game. Each game we got to just aim to score more, and our defense is going to be there, and our defense is going to bail us out a lot of the times. And our defense is going to be a lot of the times we score a lot. We score a lot, and we go on runs. That's what our team is built around. Solid. It was an okay game. I think we're averaging about 102 points around there. Not the best offense in the league, but we're not built for offensive. Like offense, big games were built for containing the offense and scoring in transition and making winning plays at near the end of the game. Which we didn't do today, but it is what it is. We're gonna have that game. Brooklyn Nets are the better team, clearly. James Harden and Kevin Durant. I mean, like it's hard. It's hard to stop that. But nevertheless, um, there's some positives. And yeah, one thing too, actually, I noticed that Kevin Durant, you can't really double him all the time because he has threats on the outside of him. So he's a good passer as well. He's gonna pass it to the open man when he gets doubled. That's not a problem. He can also shoot over a double team. Doesn't matter to him. But the only time which I liked was when Kevin Durant is in the low block, and that's when you need to double him. When he gets to that low block, double him because when you're like kind of the Nets right here, you kind of on that baseline low block, put two. Like I love when OG Anunoby's like this. Scotty Barnes is like right there, boom, strip. That's perfect. That's what you need to do. If he ever goes there, instant trap, instantly with whoever you have, instant trap. That was beautiful. But that's really the only times you can get away with that because that is a high percentage trap right there because someone needs to come around from the corner and you need to pass it to them if you're on the offense. If you get doubled there, like it's hard. If you have Scotty Barnes right there with all his length and all his height, it's hard to get a pass off. You have OG and Anunoby right behind you. You're not cutting in the middle. No, you're not making a pass in the middle. You're not getting that. So I think that was good. But other than that, we shouldn't be overcompensating too much. And like I hate when we double like stupid ass players when they drive. Like if Patty Mills drives, let him drive. We're built to guard. Like we're a defensive team. We should be able to guard a Patty Mills one-on-one driving to the rim. Like that should not be an issue. We shouldn't be, oh my God, I need to double it. I know that's the way our game plan is set up, but that's just like that's terrible because that's not a high percentage look for him. He's looking to kick out. He's not going to make that. He knows that in his head. That's horrible. Like he knows that he's just a shooter. He's not gonna be a slashing god and you need to double him. We do this a lot of games and it really pisses me off. Like I don't like we're built to guard these players, like stupid players like that. Like guard them one-on-one. If they make a move to the basket, you better be there. And that is no ifs and or buts. You don't need help. You shouldn't need help. Call for help. There should not be a defender looking there. The defender should be like, okay, maybe I'll just kind of go there and kind of stunt. What I mean by that is kind of bait them and then go back to my man. Maybe we can do that because that's like, okay, then the offensive player's like, oh my gosh, Chris Boucher, Scotty Barnes coming at me. Boom, go right back to your man because he's going to pass it. I think we need a lot of adjustments and we need a new offensive coordinator. Our offense is trash. It's when we're all working together and we're doing what we do, we're playing our style, it's good if things are flowing. But when the game slows down, when you play a Kevin Durant and a James Harden, we struggle so bad. Like it's just horrible. Like we need that dog on the offense. Like and we need a center, most of all. We need a center, but it's a team game and that's how we play. But if we're a team that plays a team game, we really need to pass and swing the ball and get that good shot. It's easy to say after the game when we lose that we need to do all these things, but I mean, I think just to be a better overall team, like there's a lot of things to work on, especially if you want to go to the playoffs and be decent in the playoffs. These are all things like half court, like there's not a lot of transition buckets in the playoffs. Like it's not going to be there for you. I'm sorry. Like if we're relying on transition offense and, you can make the playoffs, but in the playoffs, you need your half-court scorers. Like you need people to step up because that's what the playoffs is like it's all half-court offense. Like there's not a lot of opportunities for fast breaks. There is some, but it's just not the game slows down a lot more than you think. So regular season, cool. When defenses tighten up and they're actually playing defense, it gets a lot harder. So we just need to come into our own. Like, we don't have a lot of post moves either. Like, Precious Achua, he has a few moves, but in my opinion, what happened to drop stepping? I've never seen a drop step, the Raptors do a drop step this season. Like, Precious Achua is so big that he can drop step, turn around, seal the guy off, and dunk it on them. Like, he has all that ability, but he just drives straight or just does a mid range or like cuts to the open basket. He has an easy open basket. But I mean, if even Scotty Barnes, like, he has the length to drop step and hook shot. Like these are things we need to be teaching these players. Like, not a lot of players are physically capable of even guarding Scotty Barnes. If he seals them off with a drop step and does a hook shot, goes up for a dunk, gathers, passes out of it, like, that's when he's gonna become unstoppable. Like, so much potential with this team. Our offense just needs to be, if we can create offense consistently, this team will be super dangerous. And I don't know. It's up to you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I kind of rambled. I kind of went off my own head, but just kind of take it for what it is. Let me know. Peace.